Good morning.
Hi.
Here he comes. Hold on. Here comes Jimmy. Oh, come on, computer work. Where'd he go? Here he comes. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, good morning.
Voila.
Good morning.
I think
Good to
we
see you
got
guys.
it.
Yep.
Something strange happens when we pre-schedule it, but I'll figure it out. I'm sure it's something, there's a series of events and I'm probably doing them backwards. But anyway, it's good to see everybody. Happy Thursday.
Thanks.
Jimmy, I missed you yesterday.
I'm sure you had a good show, and I was tied up, as you know, teaching a CE class. So another
How
time.
was that? How did that go? Did you Zoom it?
We did Zoom it, and we had 19 people, which is a good mix. And just like you're doing here, the more times I do it, the more skilled I get, the more I'm able to bring the students in an interactive basis. And it's forcing me to get better. It's forcing all of us to get better.
And what class did you teach?
Agency. It was an agency class.
Cool. Very good. Did you have challenges with the number of hours?
No, it went 2 hours and 55 minutes, which is, I'm supposed to go 3 hours. So they'll give me grace 5 to 10 minutes, I'm sure.
That was perfect. That was perfect. Marie says she has no audio, so I don't know what to do. I can't help her. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go over some stats. How's that? We'll
Okay,
start out with the
good.
stats. Today,
Okay.
we have a total of 8,143 homes. There's 1,106 condos. There's 6,342 available single homes, which is creeping up there. And we have 695 townhomes. So the 8,143 isn't a bad number, in my opinion. I mean, I think we should have 10,000. And then to me, that keeps the pricing better and the selection better. What do you think, Erin?
Yeah, well, I think we're rocking steady and we're getting it up there.
Yeah. And yesterday we had 11 closings of condos and we had 64 single family homes closed and we had 9 townhomes closed.
And those are all being hosted virtually now.
Yes, and that's 84 closings yesterday.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then 4 condos went under contract and 34 single family homes went under contract and 3 townhomes for a total of 41 homes yesterday went under contract. So
Nice.
People are still writing offers and accepting offers.
One of those single families was mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Nice property in Henderson.
Cool. And just let's see, we had 12 condos that were just listed yesterday, 80 single family homes, people still taking listings, and 11 townhomes. That's 103 homes were listed yesterday, and we had 84 closings. And so our numbers aren't bad. People are still out there, and that's the important thing. And month to date, we've sold 1,123 homes at an average price of $328,000. And the interesting thing about that stat is that in 2019, we sold 1,740 homes, which is about 600 more, but the price was $319,000. So our price is holding steady. It isn't sliding back even to last year, which that's amazing to me. What do you think, Jimmy? You're over there calculating something.
I am. I'm looking at the number of the deals that went under contract. And Erin, I'm going to ask you, the people that you put under contract yesterday, how many houses did they look at before they pulled the trigger?
You know what? They're from California, and so I did a lot virtually, and I think we did 8 or 9.
Sliding back even to last year, which that's the thing, Jimmy. Sorry, just making sure. Somebody said their audio was, but I think it's their audio. Erin, okay. I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so we did a California couple, so I did a lot of virtual touring. When they were in town, we did about 3 or 4, and so we're at about 9. And I listed 2 in Lake Las Vegas yesterday, and that what we've never met. It's 100% virtual.
Did you do Zoom or Be Live, or what platform did you?
Yep, we did Zoom, and House Party is a favorite for my clients right now.
And House Party, want to tell us about a House Party?
The House Party app. So I adhere to whatever is comfortable for my clients. And so one of my clients is like, hey, I'm on House Party with my family. I'm like, absolutely. So downloaded House Party, and I found that it's got a clearer view than Zoom on my mobile phone.
Cool. That's very good. Yeah. I think
Yay.
I think I've heard that before. Yeah.
I haven't. That's new one on me. Thank you.
Yeah, House Party. Yep.
The
It
other
was
thing
a lot of
about the
fun.
stats, Ruthie, is I look at the number that have closed, but I look as much at the number that went on the market and the number that went under contract. And so if we had 103 go listed and 41 go under contract, that means the inventory is going to continue to creep up a little bit each day.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at an unhealthy level of inventory before. It was such a seller's market. It was really not good for the buyers. This is
Right.
going to make it a little bit better for the buyers now. And they're the ones that need the help.
I agree. I think that's a very good point. And I just want everybody to know, I mean, everybody says, oh, you know, Las Vegas has got these high unemployment numbers. Actually, yes, then for the state of Nevada, I think it's almost 300,000 unemployment claims. And the thing that I was really interested in, the stat, is that only 25% of the claims are the hospitality and leisure industry. So that means that those people are getting paid. And that means they can still buy homes.
True.
When we come out, you know what I'm saying? When like China says that from beginning to end, their pandemic lasted 10 weeks. And I think we're 4 or 5 weeks into this.
Mm-hmm.
What did this start a month ago, I believe?
Yeah.
The lockdown started a month ago. The pandemic started before that, but the lockdown started a month ago.
Yeah. I need to get that date when the pandemic started to accurately calculate the 10 weeks.
January 31st for us, for our country, January 31st. That's the start date.
Okay.
And when did we start reacting to it?
It was the day after St. Patrick's Day. I do know that.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you use that 10 weeks, and you know, we're into what, June probably?
Well, I keep hearing the president saying that he needs to restart the economy. I mean, I'm hearing that a lot now. I was hearing it a little bit a week ago, but now I'm hearing it on every station. Oh, the president wants to get us going again. We've been down long enough. So,
well, in Nevada, I think we had the least number of deaths overnight than we've had since this started. And I lost my number of how many deaths we have. I had it and I lost it. I think is it 117? Do you all remember? 147.
I don't, but I know that we have deaths every day, and I think, you know, they've attributed more to the coronavirus now than maybe it was flu, but there's almost always some underlying immunity problem that people have. Their immune system is compromised, and that's why it's fatal. If you're healthy and you get this, it's like getting the flu. It's uncomfortable and it's ugly, but you're not going to die from it typically. There's usually some underlying cause, whether it's high blood pressure or some medication you're taking or some other health issue that compounds on top of the coronavirus. It's sort of like the flu, same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like we were helping somebody yesterday, and they were, you know, saying how many deaths the flu actually causes, and so why are we doing all this? And the answer is that because this is purported to be highly contagious. And that's why we have all the social distancing and the masks and the gloves. This virus is just highly contagious. So that's why we're Zooming and doing virtual tours and things like that. But we're still doing real estate. So Jimmy, did anybody in your class yesterday offer any of their experiences, or did you ask them what was going on with them?
Well, the people that were in the class were all working out of their house except for one. One guy came in to do it live, but everyone else was out of their house. And so I think that the big thing we're seeing, do you remember the story about the horses, the good or bad? Remember that story?
No.
Okay, I'll just tell you real quick. Erin probably already knows it. This story originated over 2,000 years ago in the Taoist tradition. So this story is old as the hills and then some. But it starts out with this guy gets this horse. And one day his horse runs away, and his neighbor comes over and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry about your horse running away." And the farmer says, "Well, who knows whether that's good or bad?" And the neighbor's confused because this is clearly terrible because the horse is the most valuable asset this guy has, and the horse ran away. Well, the next day the horse comes back and it brings 12 mares with him because the horse was a stallion. And so the neighbor comes over to celebrate. "Congratulations on your great fortune. Now you have 13 horses." And the farmer says, "Well, who knows what's good or bad?" And the next day, the farmer's son is taming one of the new horses, and he gets thrown and he breaks his leg. And the neighbor comes over and says, oh, I'm so sorry about your son. And the farmer says, well, who knows whether it's good or bad? The son broke her leg. How can that be good? Well, the next day, sure enough, the army comes through the village and they're conscripting people to go fight in the war. But since the kid has a broken leg, they can't take him.
There
Okay,
you go.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this coronavirus thing good or bad?
Right. Yeah,
It's
exactly
forcing
the
us to do
point.
stuff. It's forcing
Yeah.
us to do stuff. We change when we learn enough, when we love enough, or when we hurt enough. And this has taught us a few lessons, and it's hurt a lot of us. It's really got our attention. You've been able to take Harvard and MIT courses for free for years. You can't go to Harvard for free, but you can take the classes for free online. And now they're just forcing us. This is a way to learn. This is going to change our education process. When you close the schools down for a whole month,
Yeah.
and parents are not able to send their kids off to school, does that make us really look at our school system and how we're educating our kids right now? It does to me.
Well, and the secondary part of that is that the parents and the children are connecting more. I know Brian Buffini says that he can't remember when so many days in a row he and his 6 kids and his wife sat down for dinner every night. And the last 17 days, that's been the case.
Yeah.
And he homeschooled his kids too, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. How about you, Erin? How old is your son?
Yeah, I've got 2 kids, one in college and who's home, and one 11-year-old. And so now Daddy is mostly the teacher because I'm still essential and I'm working. He's furloughed from Silverton. So I couldn't give any specifics, but yeah, it's fun for them in the long run. And so, who knows if this is good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you feel like there's more connection with your family going through this?
1,000%, because you're forced to have fun constantly, and as a parent, keep everything positive. And so, pulling out to the bottom of the board games and doing stuff that you only do over Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we've got meal plans and just the connection is real. And, Zoom meetings with a family in, different states. When did you do that before?
Right. Yeah. Well, to Jimmy's point,
our behavior. It's a change in our behavior societally, just familially and societally. It's a change in our behavior.
Yeah.
And it's been going on long enough now where we're starting to get used to it.
Yeah.
And I had the time yesterday, Jimmy, to take the mentor courses for the Pathway to Mastery. And normally I would have had a ton of interruptions, but I didn't. And so I was able to really learn probably more than I would have otherwise had I been in the office or, not. And because everybody else is kind of quiet right now too. So my phone wasn't ringing and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of good that's coming out of this. And I love the education part and the part that, Erin, like for you, you said you took 2 listings yesterday and you did that via Zoom.
Yeah. Everything has been virtual. She actually lives in Miami and she found me off of one hashtag.
Wow. On what, now you love Instagram and stories on Facebook. Where did she find you?
She found me on Instagram, and I had a closing a couple weeks ago, and I went to the closing, social distance with this cute family. We had masks, we had gloves, and that was the cute picture. And I put just sold, and that's it. She just found me on just sold.
Wow.
Good for you.
That is
and she was
amazing.
Impressed. She reached out and she was like, how's the market in Las Vegas? I saw you just had a just sold this morning. I posted it. 12 minutes later, she called me.
Oh, congratulations.
So yeah, we've become really good friends and we've done all the research. And so they're both in Lake Las Vegas. And so we're going to go and we're going to do a whole tour on Zoom this weekend for everybody that wants to watch. If you've never been to Lake Las Vegas or explored.
Now, have you seen that Remind has put up a link for doing open houses?
Yes.
Have you tried it?
What's that?
Have you tried it yet?
This afternoon at noon, we're going to be doing an open house with Zoom. The link is in my Instagram bio. And so it's a wonderful home in Rhodes Ranch.
And so Remind is using Zoom.
Yes.
They send you the Zoom link and then and as I understand it, because of course I haven't done this, but John has a vacant house that I might go try it.
Yeah.
And I might go try it because I think it's probably state of the art they give you all this property stats and everything. along when you're doing the Zoom. Is that how you understand it?
This one's going to be my first one. So if
Okay.
you want to tune in, it'll be lots of fun.
Yeah.
So what have you looked at to learn what to do and how to do it, Erin, for
Me,
this?
myself.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great thing. Like Ruth said, there's no interruptions. I'm not a fan of working from home. I'm sure Ruth misses me up at the office, but I have a lock on my door, and so you do have the time to focus. And so when us as real estate agents, we get the pop-ups on, Las Vegas Realtors, I have the time to click over and read and pop on and take a class. And so it's the time factor. I mean, that's what I find most amazing is the amount of time to focus and not get, ripped around, running here, running there.
Did you look at any virtual open houses that other agents are doing?
I did. One of the agents in our office, Sam Coleman, Hoops to Homes, they did one last Saturday and they did 3, which was awesome. And so him and his 2 teammates, they were in 3 different homes and they bounced back and forth. And that was wonderful.
Excellent. That's good communication. There's a girl in Boise, Idaho, Lisi, and I forget the name of her company, but she put up a couple of virtual open houses and they are so well done. She's got drones, she's got some interview style, she's got some properties, really, really exemplary as far as doing this. I haven't done it yet, but I watched her do it and now I know how I'm going to do it when I get ready to do the one.
Okay, make a comment. I'd like to follow her.
Okay, I will watch yours. As soon as I'll get it to Ruth.
Great.
But I'm going to watch yours, and if I have any feedback, I hope you're not offended.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And so it's me and my teammate. It's actually her listing. So I'm going to start it and film her. And so we're going to be 6 feet apart, and then it's going to be a wider view.
Perfect.
So,
yeah. So when Sam did and his 2 teammates did theirs, did they use the same Zoom link?
No, it was a grassroots one. It was just a plain Zoom. And so it was just like us, we're just, not advertising it very much. And so we can kind of get our groove on and take positive feedback.
So can you put on House Party once you do it? Can you link it to House Party also?
I don't know that if you can link it to House Party.
Okay.
Because, as on Zoom, everybody's on the same thing. And so unless you had, multiple cameras going, that's a possibility.
Well, obviously Zoom saves the recording, so you can send the recording afterwards to whoever you want. I'm just wondering if you could send it to, if you have a handle or an address on House Party on your app.
Yeah. House Party is really new to me. And so I'll have to do a little research on that one.
More work.
Yeah, exactly. In House Party, you have to become friends and that sort of a thing. So it's one extra step.
Okay. Yeah, it's some friction. I call that friction.
Yeah,
that's what I like about Zoom. There's really no friction.
Clink and anybody can join.
Yeah. So when you do the Zoom, where are you going to post it?
So we are going to. That's a good question. Primarily on my business Facebook page and my Instagram.
So you can only Zoom from one platform. Are you going to Zoom from Facebook or Zoom from Instagram? Probably Facebook, because Instagram you have time limits unless you do IGTV.
I do IGTV.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which platform are you going to do it from, do you think?
I was going to do it on Instagram, but again, I can have multiple phones going. And so these are the fun kinks that we get to work out, whether it's on Larissa's Facebook and my Instagram. See what I'm saying? Yeah,
I got it. So it could be on both.
Exactly. Yeah. So this will be fun to see what's going to be the best way, and the higher audience, and who wants to watch it. Who wants to watch us, be a fool and do something fun, but it's entertainment. I mean, it's reality TV with me.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, we're becoming, media, we're not in real estate anymore. We're in the media business.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are getting to know us very well through our stories. So
to find you from Florida, that's impressive. A lady from Florida found you. That looks good on your resume.
Yeah.
And what did she say? What were some of her questions? Which is one of the things that I wanted to get into a little bit today. Is what are people asking you, and how are you responding when it comes to Vegas and what's going on here?
So my husband is in the casino industry. He's pretty high up with Silverton in management, and so I can tell them how the business minds are thinking back there. But I'm not Nostradamus. I cannot predict the future. And that's what I kind of lead in saying. I can tell you how it's going right now, today, moving forward. We're trying to, we're listing homes at value. We're not, nothing's crashing, nothing's falling. And so she was really impressed, with the fact that, we're not lowballing, we're keeping up with the current comps. So, and obviously it's a little bit more of a buyer's market. It just is, the scale is evening out, which is always a lovely thing.
Yes. Yeah. That's what Jim said.
So,
And
but everybody's first response is, is the market going to crash? Is it going to be like 2008? And I'm just like, absolutely not. It's 1,000,000% different.
yes, yes, it is. And I mean, just to the point that that people have equity in their homes and people were getting financial assistance. Back then, that wasn't the case. So,
Right.
and that's why I always like to give that stat about, the pricing. Our prices are not going down.
Right.
They may inch down. I mean, as we continue to get more and more listings, I think they will inch down, but I don't think that's a bad thing because, the more home people can afford with the less price because, their loan payment will be less. So in the long run, it's not a bad thing to the horse story that Jimmy told.
I'm going to use that every day of my life now, Jimmy. I'm going to be like, is it good or is it bad? I'm going to drive my kids crazy.
But that's that's really a great perspective, Jim. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that our prices are going to be held steady partly because the rates have come down a little bit. And so that people live in the payment, not the price. And so they can pay the same money for the house and have a lower payment. So it's more affordable now, which means more buyers come into the market. I think we're going to see rates go up towards the end of the year, but right now they're going down. And 3 lenders this weekend said they expect rates to actually go down a little bit more, as low as they are. And they said, if you have a buyer, get them pre-approved, but don't lock the rate because they actually think it's going to go down. The refi boom has just slammed them. So they're so busy doing refis, but as soon as that kind of clears out a little bit, there's going to be room for purchase loans. And they're thinking interest rates are going to go even down a little bit more, which means our prices are going to be held steady.
That's a really good point, getting them pre-approved, but not getting the lock-in.
That's their suggestion. 3 in a row said that. So we'll see.
I like it.
Say that again.
3 lenders in a row said, get them pre-approved, but don't lock. If you lock the rate, they're saying, and I know there's some lock and shop options for people out there, but I also know that one of the biggest builders in town, if you go to their website today, it talks about 2 3/4% interest. And I talked to Marianne Griffin is my friend at Lennar. Okay, so Marianne told me they sold 16 houses on Easter Sunday, 16. And she said one of her buyers said, you know what, at these interest rates, I can't afford not to buy.
Right. Yeah. And we always talk about, or I talk about, boosting and advertising out on social media. And Florida, Texas, Illinois, Utah, and California. Those are the 5 states where people are moving from to Las Vegas. And I also talked about, I just want to repeat this for anybody who didn't hear it the other day. If you go to nerdwallet.com and you're coming from San Francisco and you're moving to Las Vegas and you make $50,000 a year, you put those 3 items in it's so easy to use, right in the box. And it will tell you that in Las Vegas, you make like 49% less to have the same lifestyle. So those types of things, when you like with your new listing or whoever, once you do the open house, Erin, if you go on Facebook and do a boost and you also include what NerdWallet has to say, to different parts of California. And I would do it by city. I would do a boost to San Francisco. I would do a boost to Los Angeles. And then I would do a boost to the whole state and give them the San Francisco number and the Los Angeles number in both the boosts with the locations of the 2 cities and then the state. So that would be like $15 a day for a couple of days to see what happens.
So Ruthie, I had an agent ask me this. They said, look, I understand the state's the highest amount of relocations, but is there a way for me to dial into which cities? Obviously in Florida, there's so many big cities there besides Orlando. Is there a way for me to target a specific city? You talked about the LA Facebook group the other day.
Yes.
LA's got a lot of people. So if I compared LA with San Francisco, it makes sense that more people are coming from LA. But is there a way to target specific cities as far as relocating in here? Do you know? I don't know of one.
I don't know, but I just don't know the answer to that. I think that would
Okay.
take some research. I think, we could probably find out. The Nevada Development Authority would probably know. That would be my first phone call.
Great.
The
I'll
Nevada
do that.
Development Authority, and they're like on top of it, because if anybody doesn't know, the Nevada Development Authority is responsible for marketing our city to other states and cities, and so they gather a lot of data, and they possibly would know already, which cities to target in Florida, because Florida is one of the top 5 states that are moving here. So I'm sure that if Applied Analytics doesn't have that answer, then possibly the Nevada Development Authority would.
I have one last thing, Ruthie. I just want to give a shout out to Brian Buffini. As you know, we start tomorrow on Pathways to Mastery, but you did the training yesterday, and I talked to our coach yesterday, Susie at Buffini, and she was telling me how they've revamped just in the last 30 to 45 days the delivery of that course. They're making changes too. As good as their training is, they're navigating through this new normal, and they've come up with some enhancements to the training. So it's going to be even better this time than it was last time I did it.
So Jimmy, to that point, I emailed you and Susie this morning, and I'm thinking that we should put it off another week because of all the new ways that you can attract more people. And she was telling me yesterday, I talked to her too, and I told her, that she should talk to you because we both have different links, and I didn't know that. But anyway, so she gave me some huge tips on how to get more people. And she said there's some people actually getting, because of Zoom, 40 to 45 people. And she said, they're managing it. So I don't know, maybe we could be pioneers and put it off one more week. I don't know what that does to you and your schedule, but I would love to we only have 6 people signed up. And I think that's, we can get more now that I know. She gave me some tips on how to market it.
Well, since the first session is really an orientation overview, there's not the amount of content. I think we should still give them that.
Okay.
I think we should still start it. And the ones that come in late, we can send them that link so they can watch that. It's only like 30 minutes. Normally they're like an hour. It's a 30-minute video. They can watch that. They will be ready for week number 1, which really the content of week 1 is actually not this Friday. This Friday is just an orientation. It's next Friday.
Okay, so then I can send a mass email out today and tell everybody that if they want to sign up for the Zoom orientation, they're not necessarily signing up to take the course. They're signing up to find out if they would like to take the course.
Okay.
What about that?
That's fine. That works.
Are you taking it, Erin, by chance?
No, I know Larissa is. We talked about it yesterday, so send me that link.
Okay, yeah, I will. You'll get it. Yeah, because it's 2 hours every Friday from noon to 2, and I used to be a mentor years ago, and I taught for Buffini, and I taught 100 Days to Greatness. And listen to this stat: there were agents. We did 16 people.
Kane, put that link up there for us.
There you go. Thanks, Kane.
Now you're putting your link up, Jimmy. Which link?
That's
putting
Kane's
the
link.
Las Vegas Agent Formula link.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the right link. Yeah, he's got it.
Okay. So anyway, what I want to say to everybody is, there Kane is. We'll show Kane. There we go. Kane's got it.
He's on it.
Okay. So listen to this. When we did this this was 10 years. No, it was 15 years ago. The average salary in that class was $38,000 a year. 25% of those people in 3 years were making $358,000. And that was incredible. It was just incredible because they did it. What comes out of a system and consistency is success. And I'm sure that Zig Ziglar has 100 ways he says that, but I say it purely and simply. If you have a system and you are consistent, you will be successful. That's the way real estate rolls. Haven't you found that, Jimmy? We've been in it over 30 years, right?
Well, yes. And here's the deal. When I've given this before, I haven't done the follow-up, and I am committed because I'm working with you. When the 8 weeks is over, I'm going to continue to meet once a week in a small group format with the people so they don't lose what they did in the class. And it's free, but it's a commitment. Once a week, 3 weeks a month. I'm not gonna let this go by the wayside. Training doesn't work when it's an event. Training only works when it's a process. And when the 8 weeks is over, now what are you going to do to stay on top of Buffini? And that's my commitment this time. I've never done this before.
So I'll be the conductor.
There you go.
I'll be the conductor because I'll make it happen.
Sounds good.
You know, people talk about hamsters say get out of the wheel, right? I mean, people say the hamster should get out of the wheel. I'm just the opposite, man. I stay in my wheel.
Okay. I'll use you for that.
But I think, Jimmy, what I would like to do is even get now your opinion and maybe yours too, Erin. Should we get people from other states or just Las Vegas?
Erin?
Community over competition.
Okay. Other states is good.
Yeah.
Other states is good. They may bring a different flavor, and if they want to join, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't.
Well, I've got lots and lots of referral agents, in all sorts of different states. And so then we could be on the same mindset too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And do you know the power of all that? It's incredible when you've got a force of people. Let's say we get 20 and we're all out there helping each other. It's amazing. And we exchange more ideas and have one idea brings on another idea. And we really generate a lot of energy, which I love. And it makes the journey so much fun too. And I think that I have to talk to Kane this morning, but I think that, Jimmy, we have 12 tables, and I did a little chart. I think we can have 10 people in there and be socially distant.
Okay, sounds good.
10 in the training center, and then everybody else would be Zooming in.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's a great class, and the main thing is you're going to get qualified leads, and then you're going to know how to follow up with them, and we hold your feet to the fire with accountability. It's just a fantastic 8 weeks, and it's like muscle memory. How many weeks does it take to create a habit, Jimmy?
Depends on the habit. Some can be created in 4 weeks, but harder habits take longer. I would say this is an 8-week habit process.
And that's the beauty of it. And when everybody has to chime in with whether or not they did their homework or not, yes. It's amazing.
Get a support group.
It's amazing. I just love it for that. I really love it for that. And Greeley, hi, Greeley. I think that this would be a fantastic class for you. Greeley is a new agent under John, and I just think it would be a great class for you. And yeah, and Larissa, segueing back to when you boost to cities, what was the question? Would you do a landing page? I would do a boost of a search from your website and pick the medium price range or pick an area, that has pretty, people have pretty pictures. Let's face it. So just pick a couple houses maybe and boost the house out there with that information. And if you do it consistently, you're going to get business. I'm telling you. And Jimmy, I've got leads. I talked to Lonnie yesterday. Mm-hmm. Is it Lonnie?
Yep, Lonnie is right.
And I told her, you need to auto post. Spend $30 a month and auto post, and I'll sell you my leads. I've got 70 right now if you want them. And
I'm meeting her this afternoon, so we'll call you later today. I'm meeting her this afternoon. We'll call you later today for sure.
Yeah, because I told her time would be better spent once you get the auto posting and I give you these leads. Then you can do some connection on Facebook, direct message them. There's so many ways. I got phone numbers. I've got names. They're all from Facebook. They're all legitimate email addresses and phone numbers. So there's no spam in there. And that's where the time should be spent, is connecting with the people, not necessarily boost or auto posting, because for $1 a day, you get 10 posts.
Okay.
So your business page is not a graveyard. So then when you start connecting with them and and I'll show her all the ways to do it. I said, we can do a Zoom class and I can show her, or I can go to the office and show her. But this is such an exciting time to do these things because people are at home.
Now, George has a question down there. He wants to know the cost for the training. Hi, George. Morning. I miss you.
Yeah. Hi, George O'Brien.
It's $395 plus shipping and handling. That's what it costs, $395 plus the shipping and handling, and they'll send you a package.
Oh, I was like, what are we shipping and handling?
And they're sending us a book. They'll send you a book, a workbook.
Well, hold on. You don't just get a workbook. Hang on, everybody. If you got a minute, I created a notebook because I have to be organized as many things as I do. So yesterday I created a notebook, and you get cards. Okay, you get cards. You get stickers that say "I'm never too busy" for your referrals, and you get a workbook, and you get the workbook. You have to answer all the questions. You know, mine has the answers in it. Yours won't. And then you get the accountability. And then you get all the CRM. Yeah, they have a great CRM which forces you to do certain things on certain days for your clients. So it's amazing. $395. You know what? I think that he would offer it for free, but I think he offers it for $395 because, like Susie told me yesterday, you have to have skin in the game. So if you have skin in the game, the $395 for 16 hours of training is nothing, plus all these goodies that you get. And I'm so excited to start teaching it, Jimmy.
Good.
Yeah, because they made a lot of enhancements since I was taught it years ago.
Well, I will be at your office. We'll teach it from your office starting tomorrow. I'll be there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And thank you, everybody. We had Karen, we had George, we had, I missed Diana. She's interested.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane. And we got
Karen for being with us. Thank you.
Yeah. And then we have shout out to Joey. Jimmy, you're the best teacher at Key. Yes, you are.
Well, I got to rely on people like Erin to tell me how to do open houses, and she's in the field, in the trenches. Thank you, Erin, for being here.
Yeah,
Erin, you've been great. Yeah, and I know we're running over today. Greeley, hope to see you in the class. And we have Kane. We love Kane. He does so much for us behind the scenes to make us all appear, and he does great with the classes on social media. We have Larissa. Thank you for joining us today, Larissa, and we have Taylor. Taylor does Instagram for us, and she's just amazing. Marie Mitchell, we had her. Gosh, we had a lot of people today, Jimmy. They must have missed
back tomorrow.
See, they missed you.
We'll be back tomorrow. That's what it is.
We'll be back tomorrow. Yes. And all right, everybody. Erin, it has just been such a pleasure for having you with us.
You keep me motivated. She was like, you better pop on this morning. I was like, I was in the middle of yoga.
Yes, and thank you for interrupting your yoga for us. We appreciate it.
No, I was done.
Well, Jimmy, it's another great day in paradise.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Keep the faith.
Okay.
Love everybody.
Bye.
Bye.